LeBron James congratulating some of the Warriors, and we'll get a standing ovation here at Quicken Loans Arena. And the chance of MVP once again.
Thank you for the basketball played at the highest level. And now, the NBA champions, Golden State Warriors. First pick in the 2018 NBA Draft, the Phoenix Suns select DeAndre Ayton from Nassau, Bahamas, and the University of Arizona.
Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. LeBron James will not pick up the option on the final year of his contract with the Cavaliers and will become an unrestricted free agent.
Tell you what, you can start spelling his name Lebron. He'll be here.
All right, what's good, y'all? Welcome back. Welcome to another video. We're gonna talk about All NBA. You know, there's a bunch of things I haven't covered. Obviously, the finals. And I know most of y'all are gonna be like,
oh my god, he's such a flake.
Yeah, full king, bro. Like, we shouldn't even be listening to him over here promising videos about the finals. He's gonna wrap it up when it's over.
leave me alone, bro. Like, you know, it's been almost 3 weeks since it's over, but I still want to talk about it. Who cares? You know, we'll get into that. Talk about the draft. And we'll talk about free agency, which is coming up this Sunday, I believe. Yeah, July 1st, this Sunday. So a lot of things we got to get into, so let's go. All right, so last time we talked about this, you know, it was game 1 and 2. You know, obviously game 1 was very disappointing if you're a Caps fan, but, you know, game 2 was terrible. Didn't really like it, didn't really enjoy it. It's pretty boring. Game 3 was interesting. It's kind of like last year's game 3, back and forth most of the game, and then for whatever reason the Cavs can't score in the 4th when it matters, and KD just kills them, bro. Like, it's tough watching that. Just, I've watched it so many times and it's still like, bro, I thought the Steph Curry shot was bad in the first game. And then this happens, does the same exact thing, the same exact spot. And I think this one was better than the last one. And it's just, man, it's it's heartbreaking, bro. And I'm not surprised they got swept, because game 4, I mean, both game 3 and game 4, LeBron didn't really show out. You could tell he was tired. He wasn't really engaged the whole game. You know, some parts of the game he'll be engaged, he'll play defense, he'll do his thing on offense, but towards the end, he was just gassed, and I don't blame him. They put too much on his shoulders. It's just they asked too much of him, and I'm not surprised the outcome. You know, it's just him against them, and you know, I'm not really surprised. The reason why I wanted to talk about this was because I think Dan Gilbert pretty much screwed Cleveland with LeBron. Like, and what I mean by that is, like, LeBron's leaving. Like, and I'll get into that later, but LeBron's leaving, and I don't think anybody would be surprised if he did. I'm not gonna be surprised if he stays. You know, that's home. He's from Akron. He's from Cleveland. He's from Ohio. Like, you know, he's from there. So if he stays, I wouldn't be surprised. But he's not gonna stay. They don't help him. And the thing is, people like to bring up, but they gave him Tristan Thompson. They gave him JR. They traded all the bad pieces and got him some decent pieces. Like, no, like Kevin Love was a good start. They shouldn't have gotten rid of Kyrie. I know Kyrie wanted to do his thing, be the man, whatever, but they didn't start the season off. You know, the chemistry was bad. It just didn't start out good at all. It didn't get better throughout. And then, you know, Cody Altman was like, all right, let me think of something real quick, and here's Rodney Hood, here's Jordan Clarkson, here's Larry Nance, you know, and take us to the finals, bro. Do what you always do. Like, no. You got to get this man help. And with the cap space they have, he's not going to get it. So, and nobody wants those contracts. Nobody wants Tristan Thompson. Sorry, Tristan. Nobody wants JR. And I'm not saying this is the game 1 fiasco, but nobody's going to want that contract. You know what I mean? So, like, cap space isn't gonna, you know, help him. He's not gonna look at the situation and be like, oh yeah, I'll stay. They're gonna add pieces for me. We'll get Kemba, we'll get Kawhi, we'll get all these. No, they don't have anything. They can't work with anything. They can't add role players like they need. You can see why they got bullied the whole series. Besides game 1 and 3, I mean they played pretty good in both of them. That just didn't go their way. But I mean, games 2 and 4 was just terrible. It was just terrible, and I think this finals is really gonna shake up the whole NBA from here on out. I just think it's gonna be insane what's gonna happen this summer. You know, like I said, we'll get into that later, but you know, I just wanted to touch on this. And also, I'm tired of hearing this narrative that Kevin Durant ruined the NBA. I mean, I get what he did was kind of weak. You know, nobody saw him going to Golden State after having them up 3-1 in 2016. You know, 73-9 win team, and he goes to join them. Like, I get it. I didn't like the move either, but to say he ruined the NBA, I'm not with that at all. Like, James Harden and the crew almost took him out in the Western Conference Finals. So I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh yeah, he ruined the NBA. Kevin Durant, I mean, he's so evil, he's so bad. No, like, Cleveland just didn't have the team. I think, you know, other teams had a shot at Golden State. You know, like the I'm not saying Pelicans were gonna contend with them, but they got a game on them. The Spurs got a game on them, and they're not the team they used to be. They did that without Kawhi. With Kawhi, it would have probably been different. And then the Rockets took them to Game 7. So to sit here and say, oh yeah, Kevin Durant ruined the NBA and it's just one-sided. Like, no, I mean, it is. The West is one-sided. That's the only thing I'll agree on. The West is so one-sided compared to the East. The East is getting a little more competitive, but everybody's in the West. But to sit here and say that the Warriors have ruined everything, the landscape is just one-sided, it's the Warriors against everybody else. Like, no, like, they almost got bounced in the Western Conference Finals. And a lot of big names like to say that, and I don't agree with that, and that's just my opinion. Maybe y'all don't agree with me, but that's fine. But to me, I don't like that narrative. That's just not, it doesn't make sense, you know? So I just wanted to talk about the finals, just wrap it up. I know it's almost been 3 weeks since it ended. Yeah, and hey, I guess the only good thing that came out of it was, hey, Swaggy Piece of Champ.
I'm a champ! Swag Champ is here!
Swag Champ, baby. Swag Champ. I see you, boy. I see you. But, yeah, I mean, that's all I wanted to really talk about. I didn't really touch on it. You know, just stuff happens. Life happens. But, yeah, I just wanted to wrap it up. So, moving on to the draft. Alright, so we won't talk about the whole draft because we're talking about so much, not so much stuff, but we're talking about other things in this video as well. So number 1, DeAndre Ayton for the Suns. I get it. You know, you need big man, and he's pretty good. He has that following from Arizona University or University of Arizona, however you say it. He has that following, and he's going to Phoenix, so you got those fans, you know, coming to Phoenix, so that's more tickets, that's more sales. He's a good player, you know, but I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like the pick. I get it. You need big men in this league. But if you're telling me I can pick between DeAndre Ayton and Luka, I can have that backcourt of Luka and Devin Booker. Come on, bro. Luka Doncic should be number 1. He should be with the Phoenix Suns right now. And I'm sorry if y'all don't like that, but Luka Doncic to me is the clear cut. And I feel like he's going to be the best player out of this draft, hands down. Maybe we'll have some surprises, you know, we never know. But I think just from a standpoint, like, he was 18 years old, 19 years old, playing with grown-ass men, you know, for Real Madrid over there in the EuroLeague, and he won the MVP, won the championship. His numbers weren't too, like, oh, he averaged 30, 10, and 4, you know, 8, but, you know, for him doing what he did, being 19 years old and killing dudes over there, come on, man. Like to me, he's the most pro-ready athlete in this draft. And to not take him number 1, if I'm Phoenix, I would have went Luka first. That's why I think Dallas stole him. They fleeced him. Fleeced those Hawks for Luka. And we'll get into that right now. We'll talk about that, but I think Luka should have went 1, just my opinion. Number 2, Marvin Bagley. And I mean, I don't think we're too surprised about that. Like, you know, Sacramento already has De'Aaron Fox. They got Willie Cauley-Stein. They got Bogdanovich they got him this past season. So I mean, they got pieces. They just don't have a scorer. They don't have anybody in the inside that can really do stuff for him. And I think Marvin Bagley, that's a good pick. That's a good pick for him. I wasn't surprised that he went there. See, to me, if Luka went first, Ayton probably would have went second. But since it went the way it did, Bagley fell to their lap and they couldn't pass him up. They already got their point guard. To them, they got their point guard. So I like the pick. I really do. You know, Bagley's just, like I said, I really like the pick. Bagley's just a good athlete. He's gonna give you a double-double. He's gonna give you some, just my guess, probably in his first year, probably like 15 points, 12 rebounds, something like that. Like, he'll give you good minutes. I like the pick for the Kings. I'm not really gonna talk about it too much. It's just a good pick overall. All right, number 3, Luka to the Mavs. Man, bro, talk about a steal. Man, that's crazy. I mean, just going into the draft, coming into the process, you know, people were like Luka, and then he started falling off the radar, and I'm thinking, okay, you know, this is all a fluke. This is all gonna just pass by, and he's gonna go number 1. But he didn't. He fell to number 3 to the Hawks. Mavs traded for him. You know, they got that backcourt's gonna be nasty. You got this dude right here and Luka. That's a pretty good backcourt. I like that so much, and man, that's a superstar right there. I'm telling you, mark my words. This dude is special. This dude is nice. He's gonna do good things in this league. Doncic was my favorite player in this draft. I love him, and I think that's a very good pick for the Mavs. You know, he has Nowitzki right there to mentor him. They got some young pieces to work with. I love that pick so much. And A+ for me. A+ Mavs. Good job, Mark Cuban. I know I said we were gonna talk about top 10. But I think from here on out, we'll just talk about the big names that went, like Trae Young to the Hawks. I think that's a good fit for him, just because I think if he went somewhere like Cleveland, which people were hoping he did, he felt they wanted him to fall to 8 so Cleveland can pick him up. I think that would have been too much expectations on him, just because, you know, he's playing with LeBron, and I feel like he would want to do too much to impress the Cleveland fans. You know, they just went to 4 straight finals. I think he would want to be a big part of that and help them out a lot. And I think that would have just not helped his development whatsoever. I think with Atlanta, just them having some young pieces, you know, they got Schroeder. Now they got him. They got Taurean Prince. Got some pieces there. They got a decent bench. They got Bazemore. You know, they also, I almost forgot they have John Collins there too. I mean, that's a good starting 5. I'm not sure who their center is. I can't think of it off the top, but that's a good team for him to go to. There's not any expectations on him. What he has to do. I mean, I like that. I think he's gonna develop pretty good in Atlanta. And I guess lastly, and like I said, I'm jumping around a lot, but let's talk about the Celtics pick real quick. Talk about Robert Williams. I was so happy when I saw this pick, just because he was such a coveted player coming into this draft. They're talking about lottery. They're talking about he's going in the top 15. And when you're watching the draft, you're just seeing him drop and drop and drop and drop and drop. And I'm thinking, like, you know, apart from Grayson Allen going to Utah, which I would have loved him in Boston, you know, that shooting, you know, we need 3-point shooters, which we have, but you can't have too much. But I think just we haven't had such a rim protecting big in so long that I was just like, man, please, you know, like get Rob down there. They picked him. I was happy. It's a good pick. Like I said, he's a big shot blocker. He plays above the rim. It gives them some lob plays that they don't really have. You know, you can lob it up to Big Al. He'll get you a nice little dunk, but this dude just flies right over the rim, and I think that's perfect for what they do. You know, cutting into the inside. I don't think people are gonna be really focusing on Williams too much, which would play so much into his advantage and the team's advantage, because there's so many weapons on this team that he's gonna thrive. But one thing that was a weakness of his was his approach to the game. Is he committed to it? Is he all in? And then the next day, oversleeps on his introductory press conference. You think you're working at McDonald's, bro? Come on, man. You can't be late for that stuff. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Get the fuck out of here, man. You can't oversleep with that. They couldn't find you. I saw the BR app saying Robert Williams is not found. The Celtics can't find Robert Williams. No contact. And then come to find out he oversleeps. Come on, bro. I think he's gonna be a good player, but you gotta step it up, bro. You're not gonna last with the Celtics if you're oversleeping in practice and training camp. Oh, I missed the bus to go to the game. No, bro, come on. Step it up. People are already talking about you. Just do your thing and show up on time, bro. That's it. Oh my god. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all we're gonna talk about the draft. I mean, there's only one other person that we haven't really talked about, but do we really have to? Do we really have to? But yeah, I mean, just as far as the draft, just not a lot of players that I was really like they're gonna change their franchises, change wherever franchise they go to. But just it's a good draft to pick up some solid role players, solid pieces to help add to what you already have. And I think a lot of teams did that. And now we'll get into free agency and just, oh man, this is what I've been waiting for, bro. All right, y'all. What's the one thing? Let me ask y'all something. In any sport, I don't know about baseball, I don't know about hockey, but let's talk about football and basketball real quick. Basketball right now. What's the one thing besides the playoffs that y'all look forward to? Like, I mean, at least to me, free agency. That's where a lot of things can change. That's where a lot of power moves are made. That's where a lot of teams come from the worst to first or first to worst. And you know, it's just, I think this summer is gonna be really crazy. Obviously, we got LeBron. You know, we got DeMarcus, Chris Paul. I mean, we got some big names, but it's about the trades that are going to happen. But, man, come on. Wherever LeBron goes, that's where I'm interested in. Because, to me, he's going to LA. And I know I didn't really build that up, but that's just me. I think he's going to go to LA and build another super team like he had in Miami. To say who's going there, man. You know what? I'm gonna just say it right now. In the fall of 2018, the starting lineup for the LA Lakers will look like this. Lonzo Ball, number 1. See, bro, like Paul George.
Nope.
Number 2. Paul George. Yes, sir. I don't think too many people are surprised about that, but there was a chance that he could have stayed in OKC, or he could have went down to Houston, but I think in the end he's going to go with this boy. Like he said, I love playing with LeBron in the All-Star game. He's going to go play with LeBron in LA. Plugging LeBron at the 3. Kuzma at the 4. And whoever the hell they're going to put at the number 5. Probably their rookie Moritz or whatever. But the only problem I have with him going to LA is what I have a problem with Cleveland. I don't think they're going to have a good bench. And that's the one thing he doesn't like. That's the thing he's complained about in Cleveland before. We're too top heavy. We're too top heavy. We don't have any help. And that's why a lot of people gave him a lot of crap for it. Because why are you complaining? You're LeBron. Why are you complaining? You're the best player in the world. You just won the championship last year. This was in 2017. Building up to that KD LeBron finals matchup part 1. And a lot of people were giving him a bunch of crap. You know, so I think it could happen again. Obviously, the chemistry's not going to be there at first. It'll probably build up and throughout the season. They'll get to the playoffs. Saying how far they'll go, who knows? But I just think that's going to be an issue for him going to LA. I just think in the end, he's not going back to Cleveland. You know, I'm behind with the NBA. I just wanted to catch up on a lot of things. Like I said, maybe y'all didn't even care about the finals anymore. I get it. I just wanted to talk about it. And yeah, you know, thank y'all for watching. And more videos coming soon. Peace out.
21 CTSB whipping through my hood. Young and done, tryna holler, shawty lie. Yo, what's good? Probably why I lost my girl, but fuck it, charge it to the